Hello, this is Jasmine from Tutors 11 Plus. Today I'll be taking you through an introduction to decimals. A decimal is part of a whole number. It's similar to a fraction. The number before the decimal point is a whole number, and any numbers after the decimal point are called decimal places, and these are parts of a whole number. The digits to the right-hand side of the decimal point are all worth less than 1. Decimals can be looked at using partitioning just like whole numbers. Let's have a look at some examples together. Let's take 7.26. This can be split out or partitioned into 7 plus 0.2 plus 0.06. We should always look at decimals using place value. So the decimal point always goes between the units and the tenths. If we took 7.26, we know there are 7 ones, 2 tenths, and 6 hundredths. Let's look at another example. 14.367. We can see here there is 1 10, there are 4 units, then we have the decimal point, then we have 3 tenths, 6 hundredths, and 7 thousandths. Now remember, all the digits on the right hand side of the decimal point have a place value of less than 1. We can look at decimals using a number line. Let's take a look at a number line together. So you can show decimals on a number line. In the number line below, you can see that the decimal numbers are tenths of a whole number. So the whole numbers are 0, 1, and 2. And in between these, we have each of these divisions is a tenth. So between 0 and 1, there are 10 tenths. We go from 0 to 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, etc., all the way up to 1. Each of these tenths can then be broken down further into 10 hundredths. If we look at this number line, we have this tenth here has been further split out into hundredths. So you have 0.3 here and 0.4 here. And in between there, each of these divisions is a hundredth. So you have 0.31, 0.32, 0.33, 0.34, etc., all the way up to 0.4. Now, let's recap decimals and the number line. Now, I can draw a number line, 2, 3, 4, etc. In between 2 and 3, this can be further broken up into tenths. So halfway between 2 and 3, we have 2.5. And then each of these is then a tenth. So 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, etc., all the way up to 3. What we can then do, we can then look further at these tenths. So let's say we wanted to break up between 2.1 and 2.2, and we wanted to break this further into hundredths. We'd have 2.1 here and 2.2 here. Now remember, 2.1 is the same as 2.10 and 2.2 is the same as 2.20. So the midpoint between 2.10 and 2.20 would be 2.15. And then each of these is 100th. We'd have 2.11, 2.12, 2.13, 2.14, 2.15, 2.16, etc. all the way up to 2.19 and then 2.20. And this is how we look at decimals using place value and number lines. This will lead us nicely on to our next video of ordering and comparing decimals.